This is a Pyrolamas mounting system. This particular one in front of us is a 5-arch system. This year I bought 2 of them, as you can see. I just finished putting this one together for the first time. I took them out of the box, and one thing that I'm surprised, and I was surprised to see, is on all the videos that I watched of these on YouTube and things like that, they came with, on the back of these profiles, in the YouTube videos you'll see these little black things, and they're locking devices to lock these in place. So whenever I opened it up, I was pretty surprised to see that those actually don't come installed on them. You have to do it yourself. And as you can see here, here's a little bag that they came with. They're a, I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, there we go. They're a very, very cheap piece of plastic, and they don't work very well when you first start putting them on. As you can see, they've got stuff that's frayed on them, and they don't just snap on where they're supposed to go in the beginning as much as you would hope. So it takes a little bit of time to mess with this. Same thing with the ribs. Whenever, I'm sure, as you know, whenever you get something that's got plastic, when you're putting it together, sometimes the fitting is a little too tight, and I had to use some muscle, definitely, to get the ribs on. I actually got a rubber mallet and pounded them on for the first time. And once you slide them on and off about 20 times or more, I'd say, they start working like they're supposed to. But it takes a little bit, but that's to be expected. But I'm still very happy that I bought them. I'm a little disappointed in the locking device, not because it wasn't installed when I bought them, just because it looks like those pieces of plastic aren't going to hold up forever. You know, these aluminum pieces, as long as you take care of them, should last for forever. You know, this should last for a very long time. I'm not quite sure about this. You know, it's plastic. We're talking about pyro. You know what happens when things get hot. So, but these pieces, these plastic pieces, are not expensive. It's this what you're paying for. So, I'm very happy that I got them, and I'm going to put the second one together. So, okay, I'll be right back. So real quickly, I wanted to show you what I was talking about things not being perfect for the fit and things like that. I've got the first rib on down there. I've got the locks in place. Locks, as I said before. These actually on this one worked a lot better than the ones on the first. Part of it was I knew what I was doing more this time, but they actually snapped into place better than the other ones did, so that's a plus. But this here, as you can see, when you're putting it in there, it's a very tight fit, and see there, the shavings coming off of the plastic. So it's not completely ready to roll. As soon as you get it, you have to use this a lot to work with it. And so what I've been doing is kind of pounding it down on there. And as you've seen, one of the locks fell off just from the little hammer work that I'm doing. but now it's on there. As you can see, some of the plastic just come off because of the tight fit, but you kind of expect it to be that tight when you first use it because it is new. You don't want it to where the fittings are too small, or I mean, sorry, too big and not hold in place. But definitely not perfected by any means. But now that it's on there, put the comments in mind and things like that on this mounting system, and it's going to be much better than having to build some type of rack myself with wood and all that stuff, because I don't have the tools or the time to mess with stuff like that. Alright, I'm going to start putting these comments on here and I'll show you that part. Okay, so this is the final product of the Pyrolamas mounting system. Once you get everything lined up the way you want it and put it on here, this is a row of 3, a brocade mine, same thing next, and then the next is a blue comet and a red comet, same thing, blue, red, and then the next 3 sets of 3 will be multicolor. So like this one is a purple, let's see here, purple, orange, and green, and they're just different. Each row is different, but there are 3 green or 3 multicolor comets, and it will be identical to this side. So I already have my stuff lined up and ready to go for this one. Couple of recommendations that I have. This right here is a short MJG initiator, and any type of igniter that you're going to use, I would recommend, if you have them, to get the short ones, just because it's really easy and you don't have a bunch of wire everywhere if you have the long ones. The long ones will work fine, but I actually lucked out and did this because I was trying to get as many MJGs as I could get for cheap, and I normally get the 7-footers, and I have probably about 5 boxes of the 7-footers, and I needed a couple more to finish out my show, so I ended up getting a box of these short ones, and it lucked out because they're so close together. You'll wire these 3 together, and then I'm going to run a scab to the 3, and the scab will be like 35 foot, and there'll be one scab running to a left module, and then another scab running to the right. And like I said, each one of them, the left and the right, are going to be identical. The website says that you can do this in 5 minutes, do the setup in 5 minutes, and take it down in 3. The takedown, probably 3 would happen, but setting it up is not going to take you 5 minutes. It's going to take you a lot longer. If you have everything wired and you have the bases on already, then yeah, it's probably going to take you 5 minutes. But if you don't have anything wired like me, and you're taking them out of the box, and this is the first time you're sliding these onto your profiles, it takes you a lot longer than 5 minutes. I can guarantee you that. These are holders made specifically for 76 Pro line stuff. They pop down here. Here's your bottom of your brocade mine, and the comments are the same. Let's see if I can do this without making you nauseous. But you take your plug out right here, And then here's your lock system. You put it in here, and if you can see, not sure if you can see it, but there is a cutout that this slides right down into, and then you twist it. So it's really simple. Yeah, there you go. You can see the cutout down there, and then that's where this goes in and twist. So you just set that down in there and then twist. It's locked into place. It's not going to go anywhere. And then what you do is you take this holder, you slide it over the wire, and then you get it where you want it. And I just for safety reasons, have the comet going away from you. That way, if anything weird happens, it's not going to hit you. Not going to hit you in the face. I would never recommend looking at it and trying to push it in, or having it aimed at your body. So, anyways, point it away from you, and then push that on there. And it's not gonna go on perfect the first few times. You just got to get it in there to where it's secure and kind of level, like this. And then you get it on there. Try to get it leveled up to the slide, and then once it's on there, it actually slides pretty easy. So that's how you do this. It'd be kind of boring for me to record me doing this with everything, so once I get everything done, I'll say a few more words. Okay, so this is both of them completed. The second one went a lot better than the first one, just because I knew what I was doing and had everything laid out. But I highly recommend these. I know that earlier I complained about the locking device being cheap plastic, and it is. I'm still a little disappointed about that, but all in all, this is totally an awesome setup. It beats anything that I could ever build. And you know, one year you build something for a show, and the next year it's not something that you actually need anymore, or it won't fit to what you're needing the next year. With these mounting systems, you're not going to run into that, because you can do tons of different things with them. And each year I'm going to build on to what I have here. You know, I just have the two now. Next year, maybe I'll add two more, or I will add more profiles to the ones I have and make them a 7 or a 9. There's just so many possibilities with these things that they're well worth the initial expense that, you know, us pyros not always want to do. We want to save as much money as we can for our fireworks. But to me, if you're getting into the comets and mines like I am, and the slices and sweeps and all the pro line stuff, I highly recommend these. One thing that I forgot to mention, because I knew I was going to be messing with just the Spirit of 76 stuff, I got these holders that are specific to Spirit of 76 comets and mines. Next year, or whenever it's offered again, they have a different holder that's it's several of these together, basically, like probably 3 or 4 of these tall, and you use zip ties to tie the things down, and they're called an X holder or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but those things can actually hold like your 60 millimeter single shots, and you can take tubes out of cakes or whatever and tie them onto that. There's just tons of stuff that you can do with the X holders. The reason I didn't get them this year is because with my show, I knew I wasn't going to have anything like that. But next year, for sure, I'm going to add those to these, as well as more profiles and possibly one or two more of these. Probably just one. I've got, the two here, and if I add another one for next year, I can have a left, center, and right. And for me, little shows, that's probably enough for now. So, again, highly recommend these if you're getting into the stuff like I am, or you're advanced. These definitely will help you in the long run, I think. Hey, I hope you like my video of the Pyrolamas mounting system. I'm going to post another video shortly after this one, and I'm going to discuss a few things about my subscribers. So check into that, and then I won't be able to post anything until after my show, which is coming up real soon. As you can see, I'm getting everything ready to roll, and have a good show, hopefully. Anyways, like I said, hope you like my Pyrolamas mounting system video, and I'll see you next one.